Hi my dear friends, so I welcome you all to this new class and we shall continue to learn about our main topic of this chapter, that is about law. And I hope you remember what we studied in the last class, that is how the new laws were formed. And we saw gathering of the public opinion, people's opinion, that is very much important in forming a new law, to gather people together and make them aware about the need for a new law and what are the points to be included in that law. All that should be mentioned, and that way slowly public opinion will be gathered and draft will be made. It will be sent to the parliamentary committee and they will study it, discuss in the parliament and so on. And we saw the example that violence against women, the act was made, the law was made in 2006, and that has given a lot of advantage for the women, we can say, comparing to the olden times. They are protected against the violence, especially domestic violence, and they are also given opportunity or privilege to stay on in their house, in their shared house. Nobody can chase her out from the house, and the monetary benefit also should go to her for her survival. So all that is permitted or allowed or granted in this new law. And we saw also that the parliament is forming the law, and it is our duty to make our voice heard when a law is to be made. Otherwise we just keep quiet, our representative MP also may keep quiet, and we may benefit nothing and we will be the losers only. So in order to avoid that, we need to have proper concern about the need of the society, and once we have some issues, some problems, then we can make it known to the people, maybe through TV reporters. So we have so many channels of TV news channels are there, so people can interview, or the TV crews can interview the people who know about their problem, make it known to the public, publishing in the TV, in the newspaper and so on. And also we can call local meetings, and we can also do through radio, through newspaper. All this is possible. That way we make it known, and finally it will reach the parliament, and the parliament will discuss and make it a law. Now let us see if the laws that are made in the parliament, if they are unpopular or controversial, what will be our response? What should be our response? Unpopular or controversial? Controversial laws. So if that is the case, what will be our response? Sometimes without asking the people, government will decide we shall make a new law. And if the parliament has got, the ruling party has got majority, then it will be easily made a law. Nobody will be there to object. The opposition party may speak something, but government sometimes will ignore them because they have got majority support, majority members. So in that case, what are we to do? Let us see. You can take your textbook, page number 49. So sometimes the law can be continually constitutionally valid and hence legal, but it can continue to be unpopular or unacceptable. So earlier we said all the laws should be made according to the constitution. So if it is not breaking any rule that is written in the constitution, then the law is legal. Government has got the right to make law, but sometimes it may not be useful for the people. Therefore, it will be unpopular. All the people will criticize the government that they are making a useless law. The people will protest against the government and so on. For example, the farmers bill. The government has made a new law in the pretext of helping the farmers to give them more profit. But the farmers are telling what the government is telling is not true. The people will come and take away their product and they will not get the minimum price. Earlier the price was fixed, minimum price was fixed. They are sure that they are going to get this much minimum. Sometimes it may be more, but it will not be below that. Now that clause is removed. There is no fixed price. So sometimes the price can go very low and the farmers will be struggling. So farmers are protesting for many months already. But since the central government has got the majority, they are not bothering at all. They are just ignoring the farmers, and the farmers are going on protesting. So such kind of things can take place. So people may criticize the law, and they may hold public meetings. They call the meetings of the people and speak about the bad side of the law. What are the side effects? What are the ill effects of the law? And they may explain why it is harmful. They may write about it in the newspapers, and they may report it to the TV channels and so on. So just like when we need a good law, we need to gather the public opinion. We need to inform everyone. In the same way, when the government is making a very bad law or an unpopular law, also we need to make the public known about this bad side of the law, bad effects of the law. Then, in a democracy like our country, citizens can express their unwillingness to express the repressive law. So ours is a democratic country and the citizens have got freedom to criticize the government. Not like during the British rule. Anybody was criticizing the British government, they were arrested and put in the jail. But now India has got a democratic government and there the freedom is given to the citizens. If they see what the government is doing is wrong, then they can criticize the government. The government cannot punish a person for criticizing. Then, when a large number of people is begin to feel that the wrong law has been passed, then there is pressure on the parliament to change this. So when we inform every person about the bad effects of the law, then people all will start criticizing the government. They'll start writing in the newspapers, they'll start speaking in the TV interview and so on. Then people all over the country will be speaking against this, and that will affect the government. There will be a pressure on the government. So all the people are unhappy about the government. All the people are criticizing the government. So let us change this law. Let us make this law a little more better. So there will be pressure from the government, from the parliament. So for example, let's say the municipal law says that the space within the municipal limits often make hawking and street vending illegal. If you go to big town or even in Ziro town, if you go, you will find people are sitting on the roadside and doing the business. Some are selling vegetables and other fruits and so on. Some are sitting down and repairing their shoes or other things. So they are occupying the roadside. Actually, it is supposed to be meant for common people to travel, to walk. But these people are occupying it. But at the same time, when we look, these poor people, they are selling their things for their survival. And they are selling the things, fresh things, good things, and with a cheap rate. If you go to a shop and buy, we may be getting things that are produced long ago but kept in the cold storage and taking out. But now these people will sell the fresh things. So many people go and buy from them, a very cheap rate, we get fresh things. And for them don't have to go to the big shops. But it is against the law that these women or the other people sell things on the road, occupy the road. So if the government give a rule that these people should not occupy the roadside, the pavement or the footpath. So government can make a rule because it is disturbing the people who are walking. But at the same time, government should realize that these people have no other place to go. That is why they are coming to the roadside. So if they have a nice shop to sit down and do the business, they will certainly go there. But they don't have a place, therefore they come to this roadside to survive, to earn some income. And therefore it is a duty of the government to provide space for them to work. So government simply cannot give an order. All the street vendors should be out. They should not come and sit there. So such kind of laws are made, then we need to protest, because it is true that there is some advantage that road will be clear, but at the same time so many people are depending on them, and they themselves have got their own family, and so they have to be given an opportunity or alternative place to sit and do the business. We cannot simply leave them away, otherwise they will starve, they will die, they have no other option, no other place to work. So if we think that this law is not fair, what will we do? So we can go to the court. If you find that government has passed a law and this law is not very useful, beneficial for the people, or it is harmful for the people, then we can go to the court and file a case, and the court will decide the issue. So court is above the parliament. The law that is made by the parliament, if it is unjust, or if it is harmful, then the court can cancel that law. So the court has the power to modify or cancel the laws. So otherwise, court can tell the government, this certain parts of the law is not okay, you change it, you remove this clause there from there, and write it again, modify again, so that people will be happy. So the government cannot simply make any law, the people complain, then the court will take action. And so that is the situation in our country. We can protest against the government if we feel that we are facing injustice. Then we can complain against the government. We can go to the court, and the court will direct the government to change that law and make a new law. Let us see an example of Rosa Parks. I hope you might have heard about this. A great, courageous lady, Rosa Parks. So she was a African American lady, a black lady. So we know in America or other European countries, there was a lot of difference between white and black. The white people, they held themselves as a high caste, and everywhere they had reservation. If they travel in the public transport, there are certain seats reserved only for them. The black people cannot come and sit. If they sit, they will be punished. So this lady, she was a black lady, and so one day she got into the bus and she found so many seats are empty. It was meant for white people, but in that bus there were not enough white people. So she went and sat there in that seat which was meant for white people. Afterwards, white people got inside the bus from other places, but she did not get up. She did not give a place. She said, I am paying the money, just like you are paying the money, and I am sitting here, so I am not going to get up. So she was courageous enough to challenge. So because of her courage, many other people also began to protest against this kind of laws that are based on the race, the white race and the black race. And so finally the law was made in USA in 1964. There was a Civil Rights Act. A new law was made, and according to this new law, the government declared that there will be no discrimination, there will be no difference based on the race, religion or national origin. So if you go to America now, you will find you will be treated on par with Americans. They will not say you are from India, therefore don't sit here. If they say that, you can file a case against them and they will be punished. So it was all because of this lady took the step to protest against it. Otherwise, if all were keeping quiet, then it would have gone on and all the people would have survived. But she took the step to protest against that unjust law, and later the government agreed to the people, because there was a civil movement. All the people, especially the black people, began to fight against the white for maltreating them, ill-treating them, and so finally they got the victory, they got the equal rights in America. Then I hope you remember the photo essay on the women's movement in class 1 book. Last year you studied about photo essay. Then the photos there showed the different ways in which citizens can protest, campaign and show solidarity. So the pictures were showing, different pictures were showing how people can protest against the government, how they can campaign against the government and so on. So people need to be aware about their rights. If we are not aware about our rights, we will be simply sitting there and others will be taking away our rights. So we must stand for our right. At the same time, we must also respect the rights of others. That is what we need to do. So we can see in your own textbook how different people are protesting. In your textbook you will find that you can see the picture. This fellow is doing fast unto death, no eating any food. So protesting against certain policies of the government. Then there is a mass gathering. Then here there is a rally to protest against the government and so on. So different ways of protesting are there. Then we need to remember that the role of citizens does not end with electing our representatives. So elections come once in 5 years and we elect our representatives, MLAs and MPs. So don't think that my responsibility is over. Sometimes we go for election, sometimes we don't go for election. Sometimes the candidate will be distributing some things. So we'll be waiting, oh, when is the next election coming? I want to get some gift. So when we think that way, we are misusing our power. We have got a strong power to decide whether the person should be elected or not, or who should be our representative. So if we are not careful, what will happen? We will be deceived. There are many rights for us, there are many privileges for us, but if we are not aware about it, what happens? Others will take it away. So we need to be aware and awake. So it is that we begin to use newspapers and the media to carefully chart the work that is being done by our MPs and criticize their actions when we feel it is required. So we need to read our newspapers, we need to watch TV, because what the MLAs are doing, what the MPs are doing, all that will be reported there. So instead of just keeping quiet, we need to closely monitor. Is our MP doing something? Is he doing some developmental work? How much money has been sanctioned for the development of that area? Is he doing that, or is he taking away the money, or is he showing some partiality? All that we must closely monitor. Otherwise, once in 5 years he will come and he will say, I will do that, I will do this, I will do this. So many promises will be made and nothing will be done. And we forget about the little gift that we get or the meal that they provide, and we go on waiting for next election to come. So if we need to criticize, if our MP or our representative is not doing well, we should have the courage to criticize him and decide next time we will not elect you. So we must have that courage to say, then only we are becoming a responsible citizens. Otherwise we simply exist only. So we should bear in mind, we should keep in mind that it is the extent, the involvement and enthusiasm of the people that helps Parliament to perform better and properly. So if people are aware, if people start criticizing the wrong policies of the government, then government knows that people are watching, people are aware, we cannot do just anything. So government will be very careful, very much aware about its wrongdoing, and it will try to do only good things that are beneficial for the people. Suppose all the people are illiterate and they are not reading newspapers, they never watch TV to find out what is the work of the government. Then government will know these people are very foolish, they don't listen, so we can do anything, nobody will know. So such kind of things will take place and we will be in the dark and we will lose all our opportunities, the benefits that we are supposed to get from the government. So let us become a responsible government, responsible citizens. At present you have no voting right, but I am quite sure after 5 years you will be getting your voting rights. And then make sure that you vote for the right person who can work for the society, who can do great things for the society and so on. So try to show your responsibility by electing the right person and by criticizing the government when they are doing wrong. And just don't say, oh, he is my party, how can I criticize him? Or he is my relative, how can I criticize him? So if you think in that way, then you will be cheated and you will be deprived of your rights, your benefits and so on. So that is what happens when we are illiterate or when we are not a responsible citizens. So we come to the end of this lesson, and I hope you all have understood. And in case if you have any doubt, you are always free to ask me, ask it out, and I will be happy to clarify your doubts. So thank you for listening. Have a nice day.